the Spirit of love. I'm opening, I'm opening, I'm opening to the Spirit of love. Let the love flow through me. Let the love flow through me. Let the love flow through me. I'm opening. I'm opening. Opening to the Spirit of love. Let the love flow through me. 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 I'm opening. I'm opening. Opening. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my good over the mountains. I send my good over the sea. I send my good into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love up to the heavens, and it comes back to me.
Good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend John Riley. I have the joy of serving as your senior minister, and just a privilege, it is a privilege for me to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. Thank you so much for being here today. It's great to see your smiling faces here in the sanctuary, and for those of you who are watching on our live stream or watching during the week, know that you're in the right place at the right time right now, and that we are with you. If you're new to Unity, what we want you to know is that Unity is a global spiritual community, welcoming people from all walks of life, people seeking a deeper experience of spirit, a greater expression of health, wholeness, and abundance, people looking for spiritual growth, transformation, or just do life better. I like that line. I don't know what I say next. We're so blessed this morning to have with us Rusty Gaylord as our platform leader. Margot LeDuc as our soloist, Russell Norman on piano with Ronnie Beck on drums, and an amazing production engineering crew. Thank you so much for being here today. And so we'll begin our service with our opening song. I'll invite you all to stand as Margot leads us in song.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are the part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Woo. Here we go. We let the Lamb wash over us. We let it be peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be love. We let the love wash over us. We let it be.
Thank you, Margot. Please be seated. Welcome and good morning. My name is Rusty Gaylord. I am your platform leader today. Happy to see you all here and welcome to Unity Palo Alto. For those of you here in the congregation, for those of you watching online, either today live or later in the week, you are welcome and we are glad that you are here. As John said earlier, Unity Palo Alto is part of a worldwide movement of prayer, publishing, and education, teaching positive, practical, spiritual principles that you can apply in your life to live a more abundant and joyful life. We are a welcoming and inclusive community, and wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. We have 5 core principles that we use in guiding us in this spiritual path. The first principle is God is. There is one presence and power active in the universe. It is God, the good omnipotent. Our second principle is I am, that experience of God, that universal intelligence is not some white man in a white robe sitting on a cloud somewhere. It is part of you, it is part of me, it is part of all of creation. Our third principle is the law of mind action, that our thoughts in mind produce after their kind. We have the ability to affect our world through our thinking. Our fourth principle is the practice of meditation and prayer, because it is through these practices of meditation and prayer that we come to be more connected with this presence and power of universal love and intelligence. And finally, the fifth principle is the practical application. As we apply these principles and use them every day in our life, we become what we were made to be and indeed who you are, which is a living expression of God. These 5 core principles guide us in living our vision statement, which is on the screen behind me, I believe. It will be shortly, and there it is, just like magic appears. Thank you, Felix. I invite you to affirm this with me. Centered in God, we co-create a world that works for all. And so it is. And now for our call to worship song.
I am a light, I am light. I am a light, I am light. I am a light, I am light. I am light. The things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside.
And now a reading from the Daily Word. Today's daily word is gratitude, and I will read the affirmation and then invite you to say it with me. Gratitude is my natural state of mind. Please say that with me. Gratitude is my natural state of mind. What a joy it is to feel gratitude rising from my heart and filling my mind. Feeling grateful makes me aware of the all-encompassing presence of God, including the divine within me. When I live from my spiritual nature, gratitude becomes the song of my heart. I don't need to wait for a reason to feel grateful. When I live with an attitude of gratitude, I find the good in every situation, the blessing that can come from any adversity, and the presence of God in every aspect of life. Practicing gratitude opens my eyes to the blessings that are present and opens my heart to receive more. I give thanks for an unlimited world, blissful peace, and perfect wholeness. The scripture reading is from Psalms number 95. Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us make a joyful noise to him with songs of praise. And now a solo from Margot.
There's no space that his love can reach. There's no place where we can't find peace. There's no end to amazing grace. Take me in with your arms spread wide. Take me in like an orphan child. Never let go. Never leave my side. I am holding on to you. I am holding on to you. In the middle of the storm, I am holding on. I am holding on to you. I am holding on to you. In the middle of the storm, I am holding on. I am. There's no space that his love can reach, and there's no place where we can't find his peace, and there's no end to his amazing grace. Take me in with your arms spread wide. Take me in like an orphan child. Never let go. Never let go. Never leave my side. I am holding on to you. I am holding on to you. In the middle of this storm, I'm holding on. I am holding on to you. I am holding on to you. In the middle of my storm, I am holding on. I am in the middle of the storm. I am holding on. I am.
Thank you, Margot. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Ronnie. That was powerful. Mm. Mm. I want to share with you this. Felix, would you do me a favor and just go back one slide so the live stream audience can see the picture, this magnificent photo as well? There it is. So just take a moment to look at this photo. Take a moment to soak it in. By the way, this was taken by our dear friend, a local photographer, Frank DiMartini. From what I understand, it's in Oregon. Smith Rock in Oregon. So if you want to check it out, there it is. But just look at this. Look at. I'm just amazed by it. Look at the rugged terrain. Look at the cliffs there, the precarious road that roads up there, and then in the middle of it, the peace, the serenity of that river. And within that river, I can imagine there's all forms of life. It's like a little ecosystem. I'm sure there's fish. I'm sure there's whatever fish eat, fish food, insects. It's got purpose. It's drawing all of those nutrients down the river to support the life right next to the river, to support the life down below. It's just an amazing experience for me to look at this and to really soak in the truth of this photo and what it is. Because what we're talking about today is flowing, being in the flow, right? Having that unbounded faith in the flow. Thank you, Felix. And as we go into that, before I really get into it, I have a couple of things I want to talk about because I'm in the flow. No, nothing. Okay. It really wasn't a joke. It just seemed to come out that way. As you can tell, I need a break. So I'm going to be taking September off. I'm going to be having a sabbatical. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week. Next week will be my last Sunday through my sabbatical, and then I'll be back the first Sunday in October. We have wonderful guest speakers that will be here, and we'll tell you more about that next week. So I just want to let you know that I will be taking some time off, because to be in the flow means to be willing to take a break and to allow that energy to flow freely. And so that's what's happening next month. And next week, Rusty's going to tell you a little bit more, but we have this wonderful thing called Bring Your Lunch to Brunch. Did I get it right? It was close enough. This is a wonderful opportunity for us to come together as a community. It's a great opportunity that June had the brainstorm of is, let's create an opportunity, bring your lunch, and after the service, right after the service, we'll meet out in the courtyard there, and we'll have brunch together. And through that process, there'll be some structured activities so we can get to know each other better, because as we are emerging out of this thing called COVID, we realize that we don't know each other as well as we did, that there are new people here. So it's a wonderful opportunity for us to come together every fourth Sunday of the month and to get to know each other a little bit better. And to be able to feel that community presence. I think that's so important. Over this last several weeks, I think I started at the end of June, we had a couple of services in between there that weren't on the topic, but I was talking about the keys to the kingdom, the 7 keys to the kingdom, and it's based on the course that I'm running, the Keys to the Kingdom by David Owen Ritz, and there are 7 keys. And we all began with the idea, of course, that the master teacher Jesus taught us. He said, don't worry. Don't worry about what you're going to eat. Don't worry about the clothes you're going to wear. Don't worry about all of these things, all of these trappings that we're trying to attach to ourselves. Seek first the kingdom of God. Seek first that kingdom. So the 7, we're in week 7 here, the 7th key. And what I thought I would do is just do a very quick, easy, gentle run-through of the other 6 keys, because they are so important. So how do we get into that idea of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God, that is here and present now? How do we live from that every day and make that a part of our life? Bring our consciousness into that awareness of the allness of life, love, and wisdom, and allow that to be our guide. Because when we come from that space, everything else is added unto it. So the first key was commitment. And so here are, and if you don't remember, you can go back and listen to all of my talks and then write a report and send it to me. I'm down with that. But the first key was commitment. And here are some questions for you to ask yourself about your own path on becoming immersed in this flow, of being in the flow of life, love, and wisdom. Am I truly committed to realizing the presence of God in my life? Am I truly committed to realizing the presence of God in my life? Am I willing to prove my trust in God as the ultimate source by stepping out with faith and trust? Am I willing to devote the necessary time to my own spiritual growth? Am I willing Am I willing to just step into this idea of this divine consciousness and allow it to be my guide? The second key was vision. Can I see myself enjoying God's lavish abundance in every area of my life? Can I envision what that would look like? What would my highest good look like in my relationships, in my career, in my finances? Can I envision that actually happening? Can I hold that vision on an ongoing basis? Do I feel deserving and grateful for the wonderful potential I find within myself? Am I listening for inner guidance and allowing it to lead me toward the realization of my vision? Am I willing to put myself into that and look at that every day to make that a part of my life every day? The third key was awareness. Do I know in my heart that Spirit is the one and only source of my good, acting through many channels? Have I fully accepted that abundance is inexhaustible and a here and now reality? And have I fully identified with my vision as the real truth of who I was meant to be? Because that vision is that yearning, that spiritual yearning that shows us that we have within us that says, this is my next potential. This is my next highest good. For you'll never be able to get there if you don't have that vision, because there's nowhere to go. So do I have that awareness? The fourth key is circulation. Do I have a joyful and loving attitude when I'm called upon to give? Do I bless the money that flows through my life and share my good unselfishly? Have I made room in my life for the good that I desire by releasing that which no longer serves me? Am I willing to step into the flow of life, that circulation, to know that everything that comes through me is simply energy that's moving by? Nothing is permanent. Everything flows through. And can I accept it with grace and ease and give it with grace and ease in every area of my life, even paying the water bill? The fifth key, forgiveness. Now, there's no confusion as to why forgiveness is the fifth key. Because if you're going through this process by now, things are bubbling up within you. Unforgiveness starts bubbling up, and most of the time it's unforgiveness about ourselves. In fact, Wayne Dyer said, all forgiveness is self-forgiveness. So by now, at this stage, you know, the shame, the blame, the oh, I should have done, or oh, they should have been. All of those things start bubbling up. And so forgiveness is the fifth key. Have I begun to forgive everyone and everything from my past? Everyone take a nice, deep, cleansing breath. I feel you holding your tension there. Now notice, it doesn't say, have I forgiven? It said, have I begun to forgive? Have I just started? Have I said, am I willing to have this idea of forgiveness in my life? Am I just willing? That's all it takes. Am I willing to forgive myself? Am I practicing unconditional love and acceptance and take time to release and resolve my negativity? Am I practicing unconditional love and acceptance? Am I practicing unconditional love and acceptance? It didn't say, am I fully unconditionally loving the world? But am I practicing it? And am I taking the time to resolve the negativity that pops up? Because guess what? We're human. The negativity is going to pop up. Something's going to pop up. And are you taking the time to heal, to forgive, to comfort? Are you getting a little trend there? The sixth key was gratitude. Do I take time to notice all of the good in my life rather than focusing on the negative? Okay, so you know this phrase. We all know this phrase, right? There are 10 people who say you're wonderful, and there's one person who says you're not, and guess who we think about all the time in the world? Go back to gratitude. Go back to forgiveness. Self-forgiveness there. But do I take time to notice all the good in my life rather than focusing on the negativity? Do I praise the good I find with my thoughts, my words, and my actions? Am I willing to see the gift that lies behind every challenge and call forth that hidden good? Am I willing to do it? Am I willing to just be open, to see something a little bit differently, to look at it through the lens of spirituality, through the lens of the kingdom, through the lens of love and compassion? So the first six keys: commitment, vision, awareness, circulation, forgiveness, and gratitude. And I have to tell you, if you just picked one of those and focused on that, your life will be different. And we have some people in the class. Would you say that there have been lives transformed during our class? There has been amazing healing that has happened, some amazing forgiveness work, a lot of aha moments by people just taking these principles and for 1 week diving into them and practicing them, taking the time for their own spiritual growth. And the results have been astounding. And so the seventh key is living in the flow. What exactly does that mean, living in the flow? Well, it's really talking about all of those other 6 steps. If we practice those until we're at a point where, we're in balance and we're allowing life to happen and we're not frustrated with life, we're just allowing it. It's like that river, just nice and peaceful. The world around us may be crazy. The terrain that we're going through may be rugged, may be challenging, but we have a purpose. And we can live that purpose serenely with peace in our heart and flow through life gently and easily. Douglas, what was his name? Owen Ritz. David Owen Ritz, thank you. David Owen Ritz, thank you, Rusty, in the book says, abundance is not just a spiritual quality, it is a way of life. Incorporating the principles of abundance into your daily living, and abundance will be your way of life. So it's just going to be the way of life. And we've started to uncover that and started to experience that in the class. It's not something that we're striving for. It just becomes how we live through that consciousness of abundance. He says, the more you find yourself living in the natural law of abundance, you will find yourself living in the natural flow of abundance. When you live in the flow, you become part of the natural order of creation, part of God's rich abundance. So it's really when you can take those questions and turn them into I am statements. All of those am I questions, working with them, taking the time until they start to become I am statements or truths for you. And when you start to dip into that truth of who you are, that's when you start to live in the flow, and that's where things start to click. That's where this idea, things will still happen, but guess what? You're poised and presenced and able to move through them with ease and grace. Charles Fillmore, in his book Prosperity, Charles Fillmore is one of the co-founders of the Unity Movement, and he wrote the book Prosperity during the Great Depression. And he said, God is the source of a mighty stream of substance. A mighty stream of substance. And you are a tributary of that stream, a channel of expression. Blessing the substance increases the flow. God is the source of a mighty stream of substance, and you are a tributary of that stream, a channel of expression. Blessing the substance increases the flow. So just like that picture, you are that stream. You are the tributary. When I first started thinking about the idea of flow, it's like, okay, I'm on top of it, and I'm flowing down the river. Or I'm in it, and I'm swimming. But what Fillmore's saying is that you are the tributary. You are what brings, and do you know what a tributary means? A river or stream flowing into a larger river or lake. It is the source for a larger body of water. It is the source for the larger creation of the world. You are the source of what you create in the world. You are the source of what we create in the world. You are the tributary, not just the water, not just the fish, not just all of the minerals and food that's flowing down there, not the life-giving. You are all of it. For you are the channel of that invisible substance. You get to create life. You get to create your life through your lens. You get to create a life that's purposeful, that's prosperous, that's peaceful, when you allow it to flow. When you practice any one of those other 6 aspects of life in an ongoing day. You're not just floating in it, you are it. You're part of the great flow of abundance being expressed into the world. You are creating the ecosystem in which you live. You are bringing prosperity to those further down the river, to the great ocean of life itself. And here's the wonderful thing. As you think about this, as you flow, remember, you are never alone. You are never alone. So I'd like to read a quote. Listen to this wisdom. A tall, tall wall looms in front of me. What's the view on the other side? What does it look like? It's a view I could never see on my own. The view from the top. Now, anybody have any tall walls looming in front of them? Anybody along your path in life, do you ever see, a rock that's in the middle of your flow and you're heading right to it? Yeah, we all have those. A tall, tall wall looms in front of me. What's the view on the other side? What does it look like? Can you even see what's on the other side? Sometimes we can't. Sometimes it's a mystery. It's a view that I could never have seen on my own, that view from the top of that wall. The view from the top. By the way, this quote was spoken by Shoyo Hinata. He's a middle blocker from Karasuno High School volleyball team in the Japanese anime Haikyuu. Season 3, Episode 1, in case you wanted to watch it. And what incredible wisdom. Because you're never alone. You're always co-creating. If you think about it from the volleyball team, you can't win a volleyball game on your own, even in doubles. You're always part of a team. You are always co-creating with each other. You're always creating our life experience with each other. You're never alone. Everything that you do on that river flows down. It flows downstream. So is it filled with love and compassion and kindness? Or is it filled with a toxic oil spill? You are always interacting with those around you, and we are co-creating this world together. And you're always choosing how you get to the top. You are always choosing how you co-create by using those other 6 keys. It's a choice. Once you know about it, it comes out of the realm of ignorance and comes into the realm of, well, that's something interesting, until you start to practice it. And once you put it into practice, then you start to begin and feel the reality of it. Then it starts to move you. And the more you practice it, like anything, the more it becomes who you are. And there is no end to your potential. There was a long quote at the end of the Haikyuu anime episode that I watched last night with my daughter from the sensei. Now, the sensei is a young high school teacher who's sponsoring the volleyball club. But the sensei essentially said this: what the students saw at the top, the sensei saw as a step, just one step. Because it's all evolving. The game of volleyball, as he puts it, was evolving. People learn to block because people are attacking. And the blocks evolve because they need to stop the attacks. The attacks evolve because they need to get through the blocks. And then you have back blocking, you have combination blocking. Then you have combinations on the offensive side because everything is always evolving. Now you know the secret to volleyball. And he said at the end, the same is true for understanding. The same is true for consciousness. The more we understand, the more we learn that there's other things that we can grow into. When we get to those goals that we have for ourselves, we then realize, oh, there's an even greater goal and a greater joy when I align myself with that greater presence and power, when I allow myself to be a part of that infinite expansion, of that flow of the river. Consciousness evolves through evolving understanding and awareness. Our consciousness evolves through practice, tenacity, and a fighting spirit. And our consciousness evolves through unbounded faith. Simply a willingness. Simply a willingness. Without knowing how, without understanding how am I going to get there when I'm coming from here. Not understanding how I'm going to forgive, but just having a willingness to forgive. That's when our consciousness evolves. Let's go to our affirmation. When you have a moment. With unbounded faith, with an open heart, with a willingness to say, I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to step into kindness and compassion. With an unbounded heart, I am a tributary of the all-providing substance expressing peace, prosperity, and purpose. Now, I know tributary is a big word. Why don't you just put a river or a stream? I put a tributary because it makes you think. Because it makes you stop and say, okay, what is a tributary? I am the channel through which this good flows. I am the channel. I'll read it one more time and then invite you to affirm it with me. Oh, there's an exclamation point at the end. You know how I am with punctuation. With unbounded faith, I am a tributary of the all-providing substance expressing peace, prosperity, and purpose. Together? With unbounded faith, I am a tributary of the all-providing substance expressing peace, prosperity, and purpose. And so it is. So let's take this idea, this thought, into our time of meditation and affirmative prayer so that we can anchor it within us. So it's something that we can noodle on throughout the rest of the week. I invite you to breathe into this present moment, to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, or simply soften your gaze. Breathing into this present moment, we allow ourselves to become relaxed. Those very tall walls in our life, those rocks in the middle of our tributary, have no power over us. And so we allow them to simply drift away. We acknowledge their presence. We forgive. We release what no longer serves us. And in this awareness, we draw upon that inner resource of divine love. That harmonizing energy that flows effortlessly through us when we're aware, when we're aligned, when we're available. gently flowing as the river, serene, peaceful, full of life. Bringing good to the world, bringing compassion and kindness, evolving understanding, raising the consciousness of the whole. Resting in the flow, in the stillness of the silence. Filled with life, the life-giving energy of Spirit. Filled with divine love, the harmonizing energy that flows in, through, and as me. The unconditional love that Spirit expresses throughout this planet, throughout this universe, from the inside out. We take this love and we surround it. We enfold each other in this love, for we are creating, co-creating an experience of life. We bless each other, and we are blessed. For all of the prayers that are in our prayer chest that come in online or through the mail or on Sunday, we surround each prayer with love. If there's somebody who you hold in prayer, I invite you to bring their name to mind or say their name out loud now as we hold them in our hearts, as we enfold them and surround them with light, with love, with wisdom. We take this moment to hold our dear Margot Leduc with love as her father made his transition earlier this week. We hold Margot and her family in our hearts with love. And we hold our planet, our world, all of creation with this idea that infinite source, infinite spirit, infinite possibility is expressing right now. And for that, we are joyfully grateful. We are richly, richly blessed. And we give thanks by singing the Alleluia. And with a nice, deep, cleansing breath, we return our attention to this time and this space, allowing that loving energy, that flow, to flow through us effortlessly. Unity Palo Alto is here to help you discover that spiritual magnificence and to live that evolving consciousness every day in your life. There's so many ways in which you can support our spiritual center, for we are here. We are a self-sustaining spiritual community that is here because of your generosity. So however you choose to give, if you'd like to give in the sanctuary, there's a little silver box in the back of the sanctuary in the narthex that says love offering. You can place your love offering there. You can give a gift online, or however you give to life, though, bless it. Bless that flow. Bless it with your love, for it's the manner in which we give to life that we receive from life. The affirmation that we say is on the screen. I invite you to affirm it with me together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And so it is.
When you can't find direction and your heart won't guide you home, let go, let God. When your dreams are broken in the dust and you've lost your will to trust, let go, let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you to surrender. Let go, let God. Let go and let God. When you face a dying fire, there's no spark to feel the flame. Let's go and let God. When your courage fails you and the well of hope is gone, let go and let God. Let the signs remind you we are passengers. Let the signs remind you surrender. Let go. This is what I told my father. And let God. Let go, Daddy.
Let go.
And let God.
Let God. Yeah.
Let go.
Let go.
And let God.
Let God.
Let go. And let God. Let go. And let God. Let go. Let go.
Let go.
Let God.
Let it all go.
Let go.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Let go.
Let God. God will help you.
Let's take a moment to celebrate this community, this connection that we share here with the amazing, beautiful music, the message, and the love that we feel here, just being here present together in this room. So if you would join me for a moment, I invite you to place a hand over your heart. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes and just take a deep breath and exhale a wave of gratitude, love, and connection and support to all those who are part of this unity community and beyond into this world. And breathe in and feel that love coming right back at you, and breathe out and circulate it back amongst our community. Thank you. There are many ways for us to connect here. So obviously being here every Sunday as a part of the service, whether you're in person live or watching us live or later during the week. And there are many other opportunities throughout the week to join with the Unity community. There are a few that I want to share with you. The first is which Reverend John mentioned earlier, is the lunch and brunch, which is the fourth Sunday of the month. The fourth Sunday of the month, which is next week, and it will be out in the courtyard. It will be a structured session. So bring your lunch, and it will be an hour long, and there'll be an opportunity to connect with others, to be able to talk about your experience and learn from others, and most importantly, to get to know each other and build and share in the community here of Unity. So that will be next Sunday, right after the service. This Sunday, after the service, there is a memorial service for Imogene and Richard Hilbers. They're long-time members here at Unity, and there will be a memorial and celebration of life service. It's here right after the service, and it will also be online. You can get the link at unitypaloalto.org. So you are all invited to participate in that. You can get information about these and the many other things that are going on here at Unity on our website and on our social media channels. So we invite you to join and participate and check those out as well. And you are always invited. It is the third Sunday of the month, this month, and as such, we take this opportunity to bless the children. I'm looking around. I don't see any young people here in the audience, but we all have a little bit of the child inside of us. So whether we can bless the child inside of us and bless those children who are part of our broader community. So we will have a blessing on the screen here behind me momentarily. When that comes up, we will do our blessing. Not quite. Wonderful. There we are. That is our blessing, so please share it all together with me. You can say it all together. You are God's perfect child. God and I love you just the way you are. Thank you. And now, please stand and join me in our closing song.
Thank you, Ronnie. Just a quick announcement to know. So the Celebration of Life service begins at 11:30. So what we're going to do is head out into the courtyard, have our time of hospitality and connection, allow us to connect with each other there, and then we'll come back in at 11:30 as we begin our service. Thank you all so much for being here today. And now our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Love and blessings, everyone. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you soon.
for you, Dad.
Oh,